Hello, everybody. My name's Mitch, and I'm a lot of things at Verge. I'm not really too sure what. I'm an event planner. I do a lot of research at Verge. I'm the product manager for Contour Map Generator, and I teach the climate section in the PDC. And also this year I'll be teaching the mapping section. I moved to this place about a year ago, almost to the week. In 7 days, I think it'll be a year. And it's right down the road from Rob Michelle's. I'm calling it Moose's Groovy Grove, which is named after our dog Moose, who is the best boy. And I am talking to you now from what we're calling the Funky Fungi Forest. And when we moved here, this area was just totally overrun by branches. There was no utility in this space whatsoever, and I don't think it ever really had been used for much. And for a pretty long time, where that camera's standing, relative to that, the front door is just right there. And so whenever we want to take the dogs for a walk or go for a bike ride or just go for a walk down that way, we couldn't go from point A to point B, which in my brain was like, okay, well, this is going to be the most direct route to there. I really want to go from where that camera is to over there so I can go take the dogs for a walk or go for a bike ride. And I couldn't do that because of all the underbrush and whatnot. So I started clearing this out a little bit, and all of a sudden, what you're seeing now popped into my brain. I was like, okay, wow, this is amazing. I'm getting really an incredible yield out of the house right here. So I'm on the north side of the house. This is roughly northwest facing. And this slope is mildly sloped to the northeast. And there's obviously a lot of shade. So all that combined, I'm in a very cool microclimate. It's about 3 degrees colder here than anywhere else. It's possibly even 6 degrees cooler than right over there, the southwest facing side of the house, which we're calling the hot seats. And I did some temperature measurements there a couple weeks ago during a very hot day. I think it was about 32 degrees over there, and it was 27 in here. So it's much, much cooler, much more enjoyable, and it offers a lot of refuge to myself. And I come out here and I do my office work out here quite often, take a lot of meetings and do a lot of work when the mosquitoes aren't too they're not populating my life, so to say. But anyways, what really jumped out to me was like, okay, it's cooler microclimate, there's a lot of shade, it holds on to moisture. What wants to be in that sort of scenario? And mushrooms do. And so what I did is cleared out a bunch of the stuff underneath, put down a layer of cardboard, wood chips, then either the grain spawn or the sawdust spawn. So we've got wine caps and garden oysters in here. And I got those from Fungi Akoefu, and they are previous PDC graduates of ours. And so yeah, put down cardboard, wood chips. In this instance, it's birch wood chips, so you really got to make sure that it's the right type of wood chips for that particular strain of mycelia. And so yeah, cardboard, wood chips, wet it down after you've mixed in your the sawdust spawn or the grain spawn, whatever have you. Another layer of cardboard, more wood chips, and more spawn, and then another dousing of rainwater in the can. And now it's a waiting game. I mean, in the other beds, we've already got some wine caps growing, but my gut's telling me that because there's just so much material here that it's going to take a little bit to actually get through and get a yield. So in here, you can see a lot of the mycelium, those white strands. That's the mycelium growing through there. So I'm not expecting a yield this year, but hopefully in the future, next year, I will obtain a yield, which would be Very, very neat. And I do have plans to also inoculate these with different kinds. So I'm going to put some oysters in there and some lion's mane in the birch one right there. It's holding up the table. And I know that's probably just going to rot the table away, but you know what? I would love to have some living furniture. Any of that chat about microclimates was a bit about you, and you're into that kind of stuff. I'm going to be giving an hour-long presentation about microclimates and the physics behind microclimates, and how you can use buildings as a yield, and then matching those yields, whether that be a cool microclimate or a hot microclimate, to food crops. And that's going to be at the 2022 Cold Climate Permaculture Conference. Registration is free, and the link will be down below for you to click on and get more information. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers this year. It's actually going to knock your socks off how good it is. I very strongly, heavily encourage you to go check it out. It's September 23rd, 24th, 25th, and I'll see you there. Have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you in the future.